All right, control, yes. Nervous, yes. Will it run? I leaned it out. Must have made it angry. Let's find out. Turn fins spraying water all the time. Can you see that? Yeah. Stay away from the edge, okay, you guys? If I hit the shore, it'll hit you. Could you step back a little bit, please? Thank you so much. I think I leaned it out too much. I can hear it suffering. Still takes off all right. I just think it's unhappy on the top end. Look at that fin throwing water. I don't understand that. I don't know. Maybe I picked up a weed or something. Maybe there's something hanging on there. Oh, thanks. Hey, how you doing? We're back live, so don't go telling anybody what prop we stuck on there.
I don't know nothing about
This is magic unobtainium propeller. Did you like that, me throwing it by myself?
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
Thanks for the info.
Yeah, you bet. I'm gonna try it again. I saw Henry do that. Well, I've seen him do it plenty of times. And I'm like, hold the phone, man. I should be able to do that. And then I discovered that it's really, really hard.
Yeah, you gotta have your finger, everything just right.
Yeah. But then you're nervous about the tune too, because if you're at all lean, it's gonna go bleh, not go anywhere. But this, for whatever reason, this carburetor that comes on the C&B, you gotta have the low so rich. Yep, that prop drives the nose over. I'm about quarter throttle right now. Let me get where I can see here. Okay. Woo, corners. Oh man, that's faster.
It's gonna corner better.
It does corner better. Wow, the corner's like right now. Let's see if it'll take off though, that'll be the key. It's kind of mad now, though. Almost feel like it's surging slightly.
Where's your pipe at?
About 10 and an 8.
Okay, that's about right.
But it's a Nova Rossi pipe on a CMB, so who knows?
That's where I ran off when I
We've run a lot of laps, probably about out of fuel. So here we are back in the shop. I thought we'd do a quick follow-up, let you know how it wound up. Boy, so I let Mike Malloy, the other gentleman that was with me there, drive the boat, and he proceeded to send it up and over out on the backstretch. And I couldn't tell if it was a Mike problem or a boat problem, but he kind of confessed that the sun was getting kind of low at that point, and he saw waves that scared him. He thought he was going to hit a log, and I think he made a hard left or did something funky. And so the boat went up and over. Brought it back, cleaned it up, of course, fired right up. He shut it off in midair, which was kind of nice, so the motor wasn't full of water, and fired right up. I threw it back out there. Gosh, it's fast. But here's the thing. I don't know if you can tell in the video. I have no idea how that's going to turn out. I'm going to edit here in a minute and try to, hopefully you can see the boat run. I really don't have any idea. But you'll hear that, in my mind, the motor just never really gets that nice peaky borderline too lean sound, you know, where it just kind of revs and sounds like it's going to blow up, which is kind of my that's where I live. I live in the almost exploding area on my boats, and I love it. I love it. This thing looks really, really fast, which is rare when you're running by yourself. Usually I feel like the boat is really, really slow, but it felt very fast. But just never really had that peaky sound. And I'm going to go ahead and blame the pipe, because I don't know what else to do. I was leaning it out. I kept leaning it out, and the plug. Are you familiar with? I don't remember which one it was, but maybe I don't know if you'll be able to see it. But that one looks brand new. That one's black as tar. That's an old one. I think. Oh, this would be the one then that I was running. In my mind, when I feel like I achieve a perfect tune and I've got the pipe at the perfect length, oh boy, let's not get crazy about two-stroke theory here, but let's talk about it just really briefly. That the shape of the pipe, this initial expansion area here, is supposed to make the mixture accelerate, right? Instead of just a regular straight old exhaust pipe where it goes out because of the pressure, this initiates because of pressure, but then accelerates as it expands into this high volume area. That acceleration is supposed to draw fuel, and it helps the piston, which is moving down anyway. It helps the piston draw fuel and air into the motor, right? I don't know if you know that's right, but that's right. This tail area here where it tapers away is intended to literally cause not necessarily a reverse flow, but it's kind of a sound wave, I believe. It causes a pulse to go back up the pipe, and it's intended to shut, if you will, this wide open exhaust port at just the perfect time as the piston's beginning to return back up. So this pulse is supposed to stop the flow. Okay, we drew fuel really rapidly, and it's just going to run right out the pipe, but nope, we hit it with a pulse that stops it inside the chamber, theoretically. Hi, Ringo. Ringo does not usually come to the shop. Hi, little buddy. He's kind of a nervous dog. And there's a lot of shooting that goes on around my house. I live by the river. I got guys that shoot geese off their back porch, but don't tell anybody. Where were we? Oh, we've concentrated this cool fuel and air mixture in here because we've shut the valve here. And the drum valve shuts at the same time, right? And then the piston squeezes it, and boom. So suck, squeeze, bang, blow, right? And away we go. Typically, you can lean the fuel mixture out to a point where you get this beautiful sucking motion in the perfect mix here. And then the valve shuts at the right time if you got the pipe at the right length. By valve, you know what I mean. That pulse hits the open port at just the right time. And I don't think I can achieve the perfect balance with this pipe, and let me show you why I believe that is true. This Nova Rossi pipe on a CMB works fabulous on the Nova Rossi. I get all kinds of RPM. The current measurement is somewhere, I measure off of the back of the head to, you know, roughly the center of the weld, if you will, just for lack of a better thing to look at. And you can see you're 10 1/8, you know, 10 1/4 to the far side of the weld. I don't know if that's in view. I'm going to tilt my head around, try not to get too dizzy. And typically, like on a Nova Rossi, that's pretty far in. So in other words, I'm shutting this pretty early. I'm shutting that valve, that hole, early in the motion. But not early, perfect, right? Okay, so usually 10 1/4, maybe 10 1/8 is a great spot. If you need more torque, you kind of move it out a little bit. But this thing doesn't need any torque; it just takes off like a rocket, no matter what. However, here I am leaning this thing out, and I should get to a point where the plug. That's why I was starting down this road, where the actual wire that you may or may not be able to see in there. When you get this thing at the perfect spot, right? In other words, this gets really, really hot, because a good burning mixture burns really, really hot, right? Just like a torch. You adjust it until that flame just sucks up just beautifully tight and blazing hot. And that's the hottest point. That's what we want here. So this wire is just scorching hot. And then we have this fabulous suction taking place here, and it'll literally pull this wire out slightly. As you can see, this wire, I mean, it's not extended at all. It looks like it hasn't even been run. But it's obviously not too rich because it's not darkening. And I just kept leaning it and leaning it and leaning it. Much leaner, the flow. I've measured the flow against my Stro. It runs a Nova Rossi and a Nova Rossi pipe. And this is much leaner. And yet, it's not touching this. But I burn a ton of fuel. It just draws a ton of fuel out. So I think I actually have a really beautiful suction happening, right? Because I'm drawing a lot of fuel, even though I've run this needle way down. But I think it's just going right out the back. I think I'm drawing it, and it's continuing to flow before that reverse hit, before that pulse shuts the valve, if you will. So I think I've drawn all the fuel out into the pipe, and I threw it out into the pond. Wait, don't tell anybody that either. Anyway, just delete that from your mind. Point is, I think I'm just flushing fuel through here, and it's not doing me any good at all. I need to shut that valve sooner. I have in my hand here an Andy Brown pipe. This one's pretty old. It's got a few dings. Don't like that. I don't think it's going to affect it, but I just don't like it. It doesn't look good. This end here, somebody bent it. Can you see that? I don't even know where I got this. I bought a whole lot, a lot of used, by lot, I mean a whole bunch at one time of used pipes on, I don't know, one of these websites. And this is one of them. And I'm not opposed to it, except for that bend. I don't like that. But here, look at the difference. Let's put the weld here. Okay, you see the Nova Rossi? They use a two-step cone here at the end, which is really bizarre. But so if you look at, okay, where's that reverse pulse going to come from? I would say probably this area where it actually begins to be a pretty tight cone. What's the word? The angle of the cone is pretty tight. And wow, that's late compared to this one. This thing is reversing like right now, right away, really early. And this is supposed to be the bomb on a CMB, right? I actually run one of these many years ago. Found it really, really peaky, but not very torquey, which is why I uncovered this. This is a Steve Muck pipe. Pretty large body here in the middle, which I think is a good thing. It has, can you see the straight section here? It's probably from here to here, where this whole area has no taper at all. That's called the belly of the pipe. A larger belly, it is said, broadens your power band. Okay? I believe that is true, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But this one as well, you can see this pretty radical taper occurs way earlier. Now that starts here, which again is, I just think is really weird. Works for the Nova Rossi. I don't think it's working good here. I've run amok on the earlier version of the CMBs. serious RPM. I think we're going to put this on. Haven't fully decided. Going to sleep on it. I like it because it's straight. It's beautiful. I don't think it's sleeved. I usually sleeve these. I need to check it. As well as that one. I know that one is sleeved, the Andy Brown pipe. But I think this is where we're going. Looks to me like it's going to draw the same. But I'm going to shut that valve sooner. I'm going to keep that fuel in here. I think that's the RPM issue. Again, it's weird because the boat looks very, very fast and accelerates very, very hard. But there you have it. Hey, I got an idea. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Steve Muck pipe, unobtainium, can't get it. Andy Brown pipe, a little bit beat up, bent, don't like it. I could always order one and still get this. Or CMB, right? Don't they have a official CMB pipe? Maybe I could order one of those, and maybe that's the super bomb. I don't know. However, we survived. Everything is good. My super secret prop worked really well. Corners faster. I didn't expect that. Comes out of the turn harder. Accelerates from the middle of the turn off, which is really kind of weird, but super awesome. Leave me a comment. Tell me about pipes. What have you used? What length? I know guys don't like to confess that, but you've just seen it. I'm willing to show you. Full disclosure. What are you running yours at? Come on. Tell the whole world. Leave me a comment. Send me a private message if you're too scared. But don't be scared. Don't be a coward. All right. Here we go. I got to go in. Mosquitoes are starting to bite me. That's why I got the long sleeves on. It's actually really warm here right now. Okay. Miss you guys. Sorry we haven't been building boats, but it's time to go racing, so here we are. Go build your boat. Ha! Show me some video. Leave a comment. Click like. Catch you later. Gotta go.